Trade and tariffs. Farm states like Iowa could be hard hit if China goes after our agricultural exports going to China. Joining us now, Congressman Rod Blum, Republican from Iowa. Congressman, you can't be happy about this all this trade tension surrounding agricultural exports when you come from Iowa.
Good morning, Stuart. Good to be with you again today. Needless to say, we are very concerned at this point. If we look back to 2010, Stuart, corn was around $7 a bushel. Today, it's roughly 50% of that, $3.70 a bushel. Soybeans are down 40% from 2010. So our farmers in the breadbasket of our country in Iowa are hurting already. And to have tariffs and trade wars on top of that would obviously not be a good thing, because it seems to me that the retaliation that the other countries give to the United States takes the form of agriculture products. And Iowa is a net exporting state, Stuart.
Sure.
1 in 5 jobs in our state.
And China's deliberately going after you because you are an exporter and because Iowa, I'm not sure recently, but it's pretty much a Trump state, isn't it?
Yes, Iowa was a Trump state, and I heard China is going after 14 Midwestern states, 12 of which went for Donald Trump. So I think obviously they've looked at the politics involved. But 1 in 5 jobs in our state, Stuart, depend on exports. So we're very concerned about this, because we need more markets for our farmers' products, not less. Get their incomes up and have them buy more John Deere tractors, which you are well aware of John Deere tractors.
You'll never forget that, will you?
No,
I love them, by the way. There you go.
I know you do. Thank you for that.
Okay. There's another one, Congressman. You and 3 other members of the Freedom Caucus, I think it is, you're going after the swamp with a new video, and the video is called The Swamp. I'm just going to let our viewers see a little of it. Roll tape, please.
I think both parties are engaged in a quiet deal that we will support our base, and if it leads to bankruptcy, okay, and you will support your base, and if it leads to bankruptcy, okay, because both parties are more interested in supporting their special interest groups.
Congressman, I'd read between the lines right there. You're going right at Speaker Ryan and Senate Leader Mitch McConnell, aren't you?
Well, I don't know if those two in particular, Stuart. We're going after the system. We're going after the system. Shortly after I was in my freshman year, my first vote was against then Speaker John Boehner. I had a meeting with then Speaker Boehner, and he said to me, pointed at me, and he said, "Blum, we don't reward bad behavior around here." And at the time, I was a 61-year-old self-made business person, and it struck me as being treated like I was in high school again. And that type of attitude, that type of atmosphere, I think is ridiculous. It's counterproductive.
Part of the problem with the system is when a politician goes back home to his constituents, he's got to show that he brought home the bacon, that money was spent in his or her constituency. So the impetus is always keep on spending money. That's a big problem, isn't it?
It is a big problem, Stuart. As a career businessman, I have said from day one in Washington, the incentives are upside down. And there's 100 reasons to say yes to spending, and there is not a single reason typically to say no to spending. So we have to get the incentives more aligned with the taxpayers who are paying all the bills.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry I'm out of time, Congressman, but it was a pleasure to have you back. Keep on churning out those tractors, because I need a new one. Rod Blum, Republican, Iowa. Thank you.